It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, oh, my ego diary politico,
birthday. Are you not ashamed of yourself that they born you on an angry moment? What is good about the birthday? Are you not ashamed of yourself that they born you when the country is about to break down? Come on here with your birthday. Come on, go and sit down. Nobody's celebrating your birthday. So if your birthday is today, you supposed.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary.
Hello there.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you very much. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun is back. Oh, Mayegun today.
Wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
It is not over until it is over. Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi have reacted, not just reacted, they have rejected the Court of Appeal Presidential Election Petition Tribunal's verdict of yesterday. The one that was so obvious, that, I mean, where the judiciary thrown out all the evidence simply because they were not filed in time or for technical reason. Since they can't use all the evidence for technical reason, therefore no evidence. Then at a point, the justices have been injustices themselves. They took it personal. Tonight, we'll follow it up. Tinubu has reacted as well. While all these were kind of the reactions from Atiku and Obi, Shettima said, don't worry, guys, I won't retire Atiku to Dubai. He's going to retire him to somewhere in Adamawa, buy him goats, buy him fowls, and he will start rearing goats. So, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun. And it is live if you are not watching a replay. Of course, the reactions to what happened yesterday, apart from all the optimism, and for those who are kind of expecting something different and on like that, and to those who didn't expect any kind of surprise, it wasn't surprising to some of us, but to some, I mean, if it was going to be a judgment, like, you know, you would expect something more kind of like fairer than what they read out. Anyway, today, Atiku has reacted, same as Obi, okay? And there is no protest. There is no shutting down of Nigeria. People have already entered this damned water, and they can no longer complain of cold. It is now more complicated than it was. However, the both camps are now telling their supporters that, listen, we want you to remain that calm. No protest, no revolution, no this, no that. We will pursue this to a logical conclusion, not because they want to win anymore, because they can tell they compromised judiciary, but for what did they call it? Precedent, Abi, for precedent's sake, so that those who are doing this now, when the table turns, okay, they will probably look back and possibly wishes that they never had to go this route, that they are taking the judiciary of Nigeria, whatever that even mean, okay? There are others who are saying, don't go there anymore. For example, the friends, the supposed friends of Atiku, are kind of already leaving him. They are already jumping ship. Then Bruce has jumped a ship by saying it's only so selfish of them that they still want to go to Supreme Court instead of them to work together with Tinubu and move Nigeria forward. I'm going to talk about that at some point, if I remember, by the way. There is also the Reno Mockery, who, I don't know what happened. I don't know who provoked him. He jumped on his own social media yesterday, and he said that Peter Obi would never be president of Nigeria as long as he is alive. I don't even know. I mean, some said he probably pushed that because of Elon Musk's money. You know, that impression on Twitter that they pay you. Okay, that he knew that if he said that, it's going to attract a lot of engagement. But why would you? Supposed pastor, Abi, I think he's a pastor, Abi, maybe not, anyway, or a grown-up, a grown adult like that, just pick up your phone and tweet it. Say it. I mean, well, a lot of people have said a lot of worse things to themselves, but I just thought that's kind of, Right, he would never be president as long as Sereno is alive. But the ridiculous one that actually added to the whole voice is that of Lamidiot Apampas. And you know, Lamidiot Apampas will always kind of have the headline as long as he's talking about Obi as well, right? So Lamidiot Apampas, according to the media headlines out there, just said that they have accepted the judgment. We are very okay with the judgment. Fantastic. And if Peter Obi is going to go on as to challenge the election at the Supreme Court, as he is planning to do, Lamidi Otapampa said he would expose Peter Obi. Okay, with what? He said Peter Obi defrauded them of $15 million and 12 billion naira. I don't understand. Okay, but it's actually out there. All right, that's part of all the voices that are kind of dropping by. And you know, the one that we kind of nearly missed yesterday was when the first reaction to the student loan announced by Tinubu. And I remember telling some of you then that, Shebi, you know that federal government schools are called unity schools. They are mostly the cheapest in Nigeria today, whether for whether for primary school, secondary education, or tertiary. The reason is because it's always been subsidized. That Tinubu telling you that they are going to introduce student loan is a systematic way of telling you that your education is no longer subsidized, and therefore you should find a way of funding your own education. But in case if you can't fund it, there is going to be a bank that you can go there and borrow money. But there was actually no bank. There's no preparation of setting up a bank, okay, for this. But they went to town to tell people that they could go and take money and they'll be paying it back after they graduated. But it was a ground for school fees increase. Well, to some of those who initially said it was a great idea, that is how they are doing it abroad, in the UK, in Kenekon, majority of them that didn't live Amukoko, Abiokoko, they are there as experts on this student loan. Why the arguments were kind of going back and forth, nobody had a clue. The schools increased their tuition. So Unilag, also, I mean, Unilag actually happened to be the first to increase their school fees like properly. And the students started reacting. Unfortunately, we know that as you have some of these young people affected by this policy that will be affected all over the country, you do have those who are very much like, what do you call them again? They have a word for them. Ardent. I don't want to use ardent. They are like die-hard supporters and voters, promoters of the propagandas of these criminals that are unleashing these policies on them. A lot of them don't think. So some of them are so angry more than the others. Those who are more angrier, they are those who actually invested their trust in this APC. You could tell from their, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, this is not what we bargained for. Okay? As the cost of living in Nigeria continued to skyrocket and people continue to fall into poverty every day, some said it's actually every minute, a lot of them are going to have to drop out of school, like walk out of those schools, and they will never come back. There is already an epidemic of, young people who are now yahoo into fraud, what do you call it? Yeah, into fraud, different kind of fraud. Defrauding even themselves in Nigeria. I'm talking about emptying the bank account of whoever they get their hands on their details. Because what's the point? If you can't continue your education, the entire society is already rigged against you. Even with education, the system is rigged against you. Now, Look at how it's going to be like when you actually have you are actually a dropout existing in Nigeria where nobody gives a damn about you. So when this continues, which is a policy that's going to lead a lot of you to either leave Nigeria or leave your education forever. And most of you are actually going to leave education. And those who are going to leave the education in the next few months, right? They are also those, they are not those who have the capacity to leave Nigeria, which means they are going to have to exist in that place. So they were protesting, asking them to kind of take a look. Some of us are actually working and and schooling, which means we had to do a lot of menial jobs, make some kind of, you know what I mean, in order to fund our education. But when we woke up one morning, after electing APC, not electing APC, whatever happens now, it doesn't even really matter anymore. Whether you are APC, PDP, Labour, or whatever, or you even none of them, it doesn't matter anymore. It's a policy. It's going to touch everybody. Your parents are going to scream for help, and there will be none. I'm just saying this so you know, it's not going to spare anybody. And these policies, this kind of policies, this is how they're going to prune you. They're going to mold you, condition you, and then break you until you find yourself in a state of life that you'll be like, you never envisaged this. This wasn't my dream 5 years ago. This wasn't my dream 10 years ago. You get what I mean? It is systemic. It's called systematic, pruning. So when some of you, let's say half of you are currently in school, are going to graduate and no job. I'm actually being generous here, right? Then let's say another half of you who started before these criminals are likely going to have to find something else to do. You're going to drop out. The system is not going to help you because the system is actually there intentionally to get as many of you out of that place and discourage a lot of you from even attempting it. Now, education will be very luxury. It will be a new luxury. They've told you that before. It's a policy. And it is going to be in another 4 or 5 years that you are going to understand what this is going to do to you. And it is not being kind of pessimistic, by the way. Okay? It is already happening. So the schools increased the school fees and the students were everywhere. Like, for example, with all their different placards, we don't have 210,000 naira. Okay? We don't have 160,000 naira. And all that. The reason is because those whose school fees were increased to 210,000 naira, they used to pay around 25,000-30,000 naira. Those whose school fees have been increased to 160,000, they used to pay 25,000 naira as well. But now here you are. Their school fees has been increased by more than 800%. Because 100% of 25,000 naira is another 25,000 naira now, Abi? So if we are now looking at about 210,000 naira, is that not like 700% school fees increase? How does that even work? There's no 700% increase in your earnings. You all know that. Rather, they have been kind of taking them away little by little, and you are left with nothing. And not as if to say they are also reinvesting those things that, the money they are taking from you, called tax. They are not investing them in infrastructures to improve your lives, improve your businesses. No, you know that. Okay? But here you are. You will have to exist in it. Now let's go to the court. We'll come back to the Unilag students. Like I said, they were on the street yesterday and the police started shooting them. Like, why would you even shoot them? They are students, for God's sake. Anyway. So, like I said, Atiku has responded to the tribunal judgment of yesterday. I know that a lot of Nigerians, I have told you this before and I'll keep saying it. A lot of Nigerians don't hate corruption. Okay? A lot of Nigerians don't hate oppression. A lot of Nigerians, they don't hate even this rigging you are talking about. Most of them, in most cases, they don't like the fact that they are not the ones either doing the corruption, doing the oppression, or doing the rigging. It has kind of been like that. So until when this obedience came, you know what they achieved, which I will continue to remind all of us of. No matter how much they try to rewrite the history. You know what they say about history? They said history is very slow when we are living it. Right before our very eyes, we saw those you could call no structure, no experience, no this, no money, no this, no that, took the traditional powerful political base and bases in Nigeria. They took them to the cleaners. They demystified a lot of myth about Nigeria politics. And they are still doing that now. Many of the things that are shocking a lot of you today, because you are finding out now, thanks to them, a lot of us others have known about these things existing in Nigeria. A rigged system. When the system is rigged against you, you cannot win it. Do you understand that? You can't. You know, genuine things don't happen consistently in a rigged system. It is mostly like script. So when you want to follow rule of law, and the people who are supposed to implement or kind of effect the rule of law, punish offenders, they are actually those behind the misuse of the law. And because they are authorized by the same law to be the harbinger. Sorry, that word is one of those fancy words. I kind of, when I read and I pick them, I'm like, harbinger, like that. It's like somebody in control, somebody in command. The people who are supposed to use that same law, just law, to create just society. But Nigeria is scripted. Don't be surprised if the establishment, listen to me, if the establishment wanted Peter Obi for any particular reason beyond whatever all of you believe to be the president of Nigeria, they will write the scripts. You will think you did it. You will think, yes, power of the people, the power of Kineko. Nigeria is unreal. And sometimes it is kind of so hard to explain this to people who have lived all their lives about what they have come to know about Nigeria. Telling them it's not real. Rethink it. Piece the whole thing. Put the pieces together and tell me anything that ever makes sense out of everything that is happening in Nigeria. Because it is a rigged system. A rigged system cannot create a functional society. A rigged system will find it difficult to build and maintain infrastructure. A rigged system will find it difficult to police and protect the citizens. A rigged system will make it difficult to conduct elections. A rigged system is an unjust society that will never give justice. If you know all of this truth, Baba, you would have peace of mind. Nigeria is a rigged system, and the actors doesn't really matter. Oh, this person is Yoruba. This one is Hausa. This one is very educated. This one is least educated. This one is very exposed. This one is least exposed. This one is a man of God. This one is a man of devil. It doesn't really matter. The system is there. And the moment you join it, If you are very sincere with your belief, you will jump out again. You can't stay in there and say, I want to change it from inside. From my own experience, Nigeria system has consistently changing people. You see, what is the system of government you haven't tried in Nigeria? What kind of character or kind of politicians or military men you haven't kind of experienced in Nigeria? It all comes back to one thing: a failed, disjointed country. That is why the real conversation is not being had, but you are going to get there. I mean, especially when a lot of you will also discover the lie you have been living as a Nigerian. I used to live that lie too. It is so difficult, sincerely speaking, for some of us to come to this term. A lot of us love Nigeria so much. If you look at those who want Nigeria to peacefully just discuss and break away, let everybody handle their own affair, handle their own problem. If you look at a lot of them today, they used to be pro-Nigeria. Seriously. But it's okay. Everybody is going to get to that stage too. You're going to, you watching me right now, thinking Nigeria is going to work. Give it time. We need to fight them. We cannot give up. We must continue to this and that. It's okay. It's fine. You are going to arrive at that point at a time in your life. Because as they say, life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. So we know in a rigged system that you can't elect your own leaders. So what is the essence of the people in that definition of democracy that continue to appear again and again and again? Democracy, government of the people, by the people, for the people. But you can't conduct an election. So when you approach the courts, they were supposed to see, because they are also living in the country, right? And they are supposed to use that same just laws to create a just and fair society. But right before your very eyes yesterday, they murdered that. And if you are kind of, somehow you've been jumping up and down because those who wanted to, or those who actually did try to stop these criminals, they have failed. You have no idea yet. But just before I continue to add my own comment, let's go back to the court. You know, the same court who said there was no evidence, you know what they said? The court said, or one of the justices said, Atiku and Obi, they came to court without witnesses. They came to court without evidence. They just came to court to come and waste their time. They expected the court to help them look for evidence in the market. Evidence to back their case. That's what one of the justices said. And she said, or try to use the social media to intimidate them. Do you want me to rephrase what she actually said? She said that Peter Obi and Atiku, they came to court to come and prosecute Tinubu's victory without any evidence. After they have first removed all of the evidence, removed all of the witnesses, even the evidence presented, the result presented by INEC, they said they can't take it because the fact that the results no show is not clear. That is the problem of Labour parties. Theirs. All of you watched all the proceeding. 5 times. The same court gave an order, 5 orders on the same thing, that INEC should give them all of the materials they used for the election. And INEC rejected and denied that they didn't give them. You all witnessed that. Abi? Anyway, in the courtroom, let's start from there before we go to reactions. You see this woman, what they may do? that one where they me too. She's the one that took it personal. In fact, she actually took it personal. And when she's like speaking in the court, right? This part, listen.
Under cross-examination, PW12 stated that petitioners had 133,000 agents. He was not a party agent at any of the INEC designated polling units or collation centers. None of the 133,000 party agents was called to testify that there was a dispute regarding any collated result at any polling unit, registration stroke ward, local government, state or national collation centers. So as to enable the collation officers at the various levels of collation to activate the process prescribed under Section 64, subsection 6 of the Act. PW12 stated that the petitioners believed they have won the election if the results had been uploaded. When asked about the score of the petitioners by which they claimed to have won the election, he answered rhetorically that how are they supposed to know the score when the results were still being uploaded on the IREF? So this petition is about the belief of the petitioners that they will have won the election if the results had been uploaded on the IREF. Election petition is a serious issue. A petitioner is not permitted to engage in fishing expedition or a roving inquiry, as the petitioners herein did. It is clear from the pleadings and the evidence of PW12 that the petitioners were from the onset engaged in a wild goose chase and inquisitorial adventure. By paragraph 9 of the regulation, a political party has a right to appoint one person as its polling agent for each polling unit, collation center, and one representative at each point of distribution of electoral materials in the constituency where it is sponsoring candidates or candidates for an election. According to PW12, the petitioners exercised that right and had 133,000 party agents in the election. I stated earlier that none of those 133,000 polling agents was called, and not a single one of results forms collected by any of the agents was tendered in evidence. Electoral Act provided a candidate who wishes to challenge any result declared by INEC with a potent material, which are the forms on which results are entered, signed by the first respondent officials and party agents, and a duplicate copy of it is given to the party agent. Any serious candidate ought not to depend on INEC for materials to prosecute his petition. By Section 167D of the Evidence Act, the failure of the petitioners to produce election result forms collected by their agents raises a presumption that if those forms had been produced, it would have been unfavorable to the petitioners. The first respondents in their pleadings and evidence through DW1 stated that the delay in uploading the results from the polling units to the IREF was due to a technical glitch which occurred on their transmission system, which was rectified within a few hours. All that the petitioners could do was to bring a PW1, a member of the second petitioner, who claimed to be a software engineer and an employee of Amazon. She had the temerity and the audacity to claim authorship of a document, a word of which does not belong to her. The first respondent never claimed that the glitch occurred on Amazon Web Services. It is obvious from PW7's evidence that the petitioners did not understand the explanation of the first respondent, or were just fixated on their belief that they won the election without any cogent and credible evidence. And they did not even bother to place any such credible evidence before this court. Were they expecting the court to go and gather evidence from the street or from the market, or to be persuaded or intimidated by threats on social media. That is not the way of the court.
Did you hear that? That's the woman in the middle, the one talking there. She took it very personal. She was talking about, she said, a responsible petitioner will not rely on INEC giving them the materials to prosecute their case. They should have used their field agents. And the result from the field, they should have used that. But according to her, he said Obi and Atiku knew that if they had used the result of their agents, they would have still lost. Okay? Remember, all of the witnesses, Obi brought in 13 witnesses. When they started, they said they receive all the evidence. They receive all the witnesses on the sworn to an oath and everything. When it is time to read the judgment, they said, because of the time they submitted the names of their witnesses, is different from the day they submitted the petition. They should have submitted them together at the same time. So because of that, 10 out of 13 witnesses cancelled. The remaining 3 witnesses, they said because the evidence that those 3 want to speak about, they are gotten from those 13 witnesses. So it's of no use. There's no point in even looking at all the evidence anymore. Because the evidence has been have been thrown away with the witnesses. So the 3 of you, we don't even need to read anything you said, okay? Even though we hear that you said something about, what do you call it? Hang on, they said we don't need them, so they throw them out. Now they started reading the petition and said, okay, you wanted us to disqualify Tinubu because of his education in Chicago, Abi, but you didn't give us any evidence of that. Now you wanted us to remove Tinubu because INEC failed to follow their own 2022 Electoral Act, Abi. Where is the evidence? You know they have thrown everything out. So they're now saying, so you didn't give us any evidence. So because of that, we can't do that. So the woman now took it personal when she said, so one woman came here that she works for Amazon. The audacity to even come here to come and present a document that she did not even produce. They say because the documents that showed that nothing was wrong with the server. It was temporarily, it was manually tampered with. They say, of course, you work for Amazon, and so, so because you now work for Amazon now, we should believe you. Is that what you mean? Okay, where is Amazon's signature? Say, no, I work for Amazon. I can speak for Amazon. Look at this one. Look at the audacity. How dare you walk inside here and say you can speak for Amazon? Are you Amazon? So your evidence, we can't take it. So the bottom line is this. They cleared Tinubu of all of the charges, everything they brought against him, because all the evidence that was supposed to be used have been thrown out by the judges. So they didn't look at them at all. They didn't want to see them. Because technically, they didn't submit them on time. And that is the position of the law. As your lordship places, arise, all rise. So Atiku reacted. First, it was Atiku, then Obi. So let's hear from Atiku. Yes, Alaji.
Excellency, Ambassador Omar Damagunu, the acting chairman for our party, members of the National Working Committee here, Chairman of BOT, Senator Adolphus Mwabara, our former Senate President, and members of the Board of Trustees here are present, former governors, Senators Abdul Lingi and Dino Malaya, our governor to be in Kogi State, our members of the National Assembly, distinguished party leaders and members of the press, good afternoon. I am here today to give my official reaction to the judgment delivered yesterday by the Presidential Election Petition Court on the 2023 presidential elections. As you already know, I approached the court following the declaration of INEC or by INEC that the APC and its candidates are the winners of the February 25th elections. My decision to go to court is anchored in my belief that the court is the sanctuary of justice. The journey of my political career, you know, holds so much to the courage and fearlessness decisions of our judicial. Indeed, I am no stranger to legal battles. And I can say that I have a fair idea of how the court system works. All through my career as a politician, I have been a fighter and will continue to fight. And I must say that I have found the judiciary as a worthy pillar to rest on the pursuit of justice. The last presidential election in our country, and the way it was managed by the Electoral Act, the Independent National Electoral Commission, leaves behind unenviable precedents, which I believe the courts have a duty to redress. Our gains in ensuring transparent elections through the deployment of technology was heavily compromised by INEC in the way it managed the last presidential election. And I'm afraid that the judgment of the court as rendered by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal yesterday failed to restore confidence in our dreams of free and fair elections devoid of human manipulations. Like I did say, at the beginning of this legal battle, when I instructed my lawyers to file my petition challenging the outcome of the presidential election, my ultimate goal in this pursuit is to ensure that democracy is further strengthened through the principles and processes of fair hearing and justice. Gentlemen of the press, I take great pains to tell you that the decision of the court of first instance on this matter utterly fails far short of expectation. I am therefore here to tell you that though the judgment of the court yesterday is respected, it is a judgment that I refuse to accept. I refuse to accept the judgment because I believe that it is bereft of of substantial justice. However, the disappointment in the verdict of the court can never destroy my confidence in the judiciary. Consequently, I have asked my lawyers to activate my constitutionally guaranteed rights of appeal to the higher court.
So, there is other part too. We're talking about his rejection of the judgment. He has instructed his lawyers to proceed to the Supreme Court and all of that. And the fact that he's not new to all this kind of legal shenanigans and rascality, okay, or being kind of still defeated or robbed at the same Supreme Court, he will still go and try it anyway. You know what somebody told me? I think I read it somewhere, or both. And it was like, they said, do you know that if Atiku had allowed, without his own kind of ego, had allowed Goodluck Egbere Jonathan to do his second term in 2015, by now, it will be Atiku rounding up his second term. I think so, yeah, Abi? So Jonathan would have finished in 2019, Abi, like turn by turn, Nigeria Limited, which switched to, okay? They said, since that time, Atiku look like somebody who has been cursed with election failure. I mean, I'm just saying, ambition failure or something like that. And others are saying, no, with what Nigeria has become, even in 2020, in 2031, Atiku will still contest. Because around that time, it will believe that it is the turn of the North. But it is called political business, gamble, and the rest. So it was this same Atiku, that led the people destroying people elements. They went on to go and drag Bokwari. Bokwari, who was there, also quickly saw Kolu, Tifnumbu everybody coming to drag him. Come, let us use you as our leverage. So at the end of the day, they now turn to internally displaced politicians. A lot of them thought maybe 2023 could do the magic for the SPV boys, very disloyal people. And that's why they will never forgive Peter Obi. Anyway, Atiku's lawyers, after the court ruling.
Yes. I want to get your reaction to the judgment and what next?
Well, go ahead, sir. Well, the judgment has been delivered, but we have not received justice. Luckily, the Constitution has given us the right to go on appeal. This is a court of first instance, to go on appeal to the Supreme Court. And you see, this is a struggle that is not just for our clients, but for the constitution of this country, for the rule of law, for democracy. We were expecting an outcome that will improve, encourage the use of technology to enhance election management, to enhance transparency, to enhance accountability, so that Nigerians will believe in democracy. Nigerians will come out in their masses like they did to vote. We don't want Nigerians to be discouraged in the process. there are certain things, certain principles of law that we know that we need to explore, and we strongly believe that when we get to the Supreme Court will have the opportunity to review a number of things that have been said here today. So we have the instructions of our clients as soon as possible to go to the Supreme Court. So
Supreme Court. Supreme Court, where Riwola is, Abi, which Supreme Court? Well, I'm going to do something, and that would be taking us a little bit back in order to give a credence to what that lawyer said and everybody has been saying, which others are now saying, well, INEC kind of owed the sole responsibility or authority to decide how they want to conduct election. Nigeria spent 305 billion naira on 2023 elections, lying to all of you, millions of people in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, that they have discovered the technology and they are investing in that technology. So they used years, okay, to sell the idea that they have now discovered a technology to improve elections in Nigeria. People should participate. So they lied to people. And that's why a lot of people are kind of like, they are wondering why Nigerians are not on the streets. Something you all need to realize, or which I have realized, is that if you look at Nigerians, like all of us generally, you will realize that a lot of us have no idea of how to react to things or things like this. The other day, somebody was asking that, why is it so difficult, right, for Nigeria to actually end terrorism or reduce it to the BRS minimum and the rest of that? I said, well, it has lasted for years now. Apart from the corruption and the rest of it around, right? Nigerians naturally don't even know how to react to it. If you go to areas where the terrorists are now kings, when they started, a lot of people felt like by protecting them, so the terrorists will spare them. Here you get. So they were not thinking of the kind of danger they are putting their lives and their own children and the community in. But the reaction at first was, let us shield them, let us protect them. Do you understand? Until when they started becoming the real victims and their villages are completely gone, most of these areas, reacting to it. You know what I mean? So when people say that Nigerians are suffering, don't they want good life? Why can't they just come out and react and shake it? I said, but listen, how many Nigerians can actually tell you they have actually experienced what real good life is all about? Like, if you have actually tasted what good life is. You know, a lot of Nigerians have money, but they are still poor. Or should I say, a lot of Nigerians are poor because all they have is money in that way. So if you want people to react to a strange discomfort, they must have actually enjoyed some comfort first. If you want them to react to corruption, they must have actually experienced the world without corruption before. If you want them to kind of react, okay, to oppression, suppression, and the rest of all these things that we expect them to react to, so they must at first have experienced something like rule of law, things that are actually normal. A lot of Nigerians, since they were born, they have never seen anything normal in their life. So when you want them to react, to fight for something normal, it's mostly it's coming from those who have imagined them. In my own view, a lot of Nigerians are only imagining what good life means. What does it even mean like to have a 24 hours electricity for a whole year? What does it feel like that if you have an emergency, you can just call a number right now, an ambulance will come to the front and you don't even have to pay anything. They will take the person away, rich or poor. What does it feel like? What does it feel like, yeah, to be in to have a Nigeria whereby your children, they are not just safe, they are being provided the best of the best education, okay? And it doesn't matter your social status, they are getting it because, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of Nigerians can only imagine them, okay? What does it feel like for you to be so friendly and call your lecturers by their first names? Oh, Dave. Hi, Dave. What's going on with our assignment this week? You know what I mean? Like, relate with your lecturers without them having to ask that they want to sleep with you, sexually harass you, or extort you. Like, what does it feel like? What does it feel like to be able to speak your mind without the fear of persecution, prosecution, or loss of your liberty? A lot of Nigerians don't know what it feels like. They can only imagine. That's why when you see a lot of them who once stood against oppression, and they are now the ones who are oppressing people, it is because they've never experienced it. They've never experienced a world without oppression. All the while, they have only been waiting for their turn. So sometimes when we should kind of think about these things, okay? I'm not saying people are stupid or dumb. I'm saying a lot of you today who are mostly angry with Nigeria are wondering, why are there still people supporting these criminals in Nigeria? It's because this is the world they know. Now they overstretch them. You are the one wondering, how could people go to the hospital? There is no bed. There is no medicine. There is nothing. Like, people are dying here and there. You are wondering, how is that even possible? How could people live with that? Why can't people react? Why can't young people who are poor, why can't they react and fight back? Fight for what? Fight for good life. Fight for better life. Even the young people you are talking about, the Nigerians themselves, they are asking themselves, why can't our leader do good? Why can't our leader just fear God? Why can't because a lot of them, they can only imagine what it feels like to fear God. They can only imagine. They believe that if you fear God, you will treat people right. I mean, you should. I mean, you need to fear God to treat people right. Not because you have to treat people right as your job. Okay? So they are wondering. Everybody is wondering because they don't know how to react to it. But these days, with the internet, with the social media, it is now kind of accelerating the exposure of the people, the imagination of the people, and the expectations of the people, which indeed is positive. To me, it's positive. So every time you are asking yourselves, why can't Nigerians come out and fight? Fight for what? I mean, fight for their right. Which right? They were born not to even know what is their right or what is not their right. So, like, how many of them understands what it means to have a working system? They were never born into one. A lot of them are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. A lot of us, if we didn't leave Nigeria, we will probably never even know what it means to live in a working system. So let's be realistic. Yeah? So, that aside, in a system that you are wondering, I mean, you invested so much money because you said you want to improve the system and the transparency and the process. Billions of your money invested in it. So now Nigerians, they say Nigerians don't care about the money invested. They don't care that they spent 305 billion naira, 75 people dead, and the election still rigged. They said they arrested 425 people for electoral crime. Have you seen any of them in court? Has anybody been convicted? Do you see any case in court right now trying people for electoral crime in Nigeria? Because they don't, the system don't forget be that. Everybody move on. Do you get that? Or you don't? So I'm going to take you a little bit back and show to you when these clowns were clowning the 200 million mumus in Nigeria and everybody was clapping. So when they now turned around and said, no, it's not what we said. Really? But you did say it. A lot of us said you are lying. Liar, 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 pant on fire. Liar, liar, pant on fire, liar, liar, pant on fire. Mayegu give them benefit of doubt. Mayegu, I know that you don't believe in Nigeria, but listen to me. I have seen this technology. I have seen these people who are doing this work. In fact, I know that Buhari has failed. It's this and that. But when it comes to election, I have seen what liar, 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 pant on fire. But you said it on record, though. They can't change them later. All the thing where you read there at their court yesterday that they denied, all of them, they used 3 years and 305 billion naira to lie to 200 million mumus that they meant well. Throwback, ladies and gentlemen. Mumudu, you go first.
Only last week, we commenced the training of master trainers on election technologies to ensure a seamless process. Beginning from tomorrow, we will commence the same training at zonal level and subsequently train all the ad hoc staff for the 176,846 polling units nationwide. On this note, let me once again reassure Nigerians that there is no going back on the deployment of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, or voter accreditation. There is no going back on the transmission of results on the INEC result viewing portal in real time on election day. There will be no incident form that enables ineligible persons to vote using other people's permanent voters' cards during elections. We are committed to ensuring that the 2023 general election is transparent and credible, reflecting the will of the Nigerian people. The critical foundation for credible election is the voters' register. You may recall that the CVR, which started on the 28th of June 2021, lasted for 13 consecutive months until its suspension on 31st July 2022. During that period, the Commission gave Nigerians regular weekly update showing the progress of the exercise nationwide, including analysis of the distribution of voters by age, occupation, gender, and
law. That was when they were carrying all of you, Mugu. He even came to London. They gave him VIP treatment for Shettima House. They used part of the 305 billion naira for election to get him first class ticket. I've been a private jet, brought him from Nigeria and his team. And he faced the Nigerians in the UK. You know, Nigerians in the UK, especially those who are obedient. Some of them were like, they fancied him that day. They were like, oh man, this man, if this man do it in talk saying won't do, these people are finished. A lot of people, after listening to this guy at the Shettima House in London, they bought their tickets. Because some of them, they already have their voters card. So they got their tickets. Back to Nigeria. We need to go and take our country back. If you see her now, how you go see her now? You go bring out your phone or you go bring out your stick or stone. Next time you see Mumudu in London, what you go bring out? Your phone or your stone.
This informed the early choice of a new voter accreditation technology using an electronic device called the bimodal voter accreditation system.
That is BVAS.
We have tested it in several by-elections and off-cycle governorship elections. In addition, the decision to make polling unit election results available for public viewing, which has always been a major demand by citizens and election observers, falls into this early choice of election technology. The INEC Results Viewing Portal, the IREV, is a dedicated web portal for the public view of polling unit results as soon as they are finalized on election day.
So why are
this
they not
has
being
been
included?
Employed in several elections conducted by the Commission in the past few years. In particular, the uploading of polling unit results to the IREV portal has been deployed in 105 constituencies where the Commission conducted off-season elections since August 20.
Like I told you, it's just like few flashback. Omo, these criminals, they even started training the youth corpers in Nigeria. As ad hoc staff. They started training them. They pay them. We are training all of you how to use this voter's card, how to use this voter, can you come, how to blah, 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 blah. All of them for court. Evidence, rubbish. They say, no, all that nonsense. You cannot tell INEC waiting to do. Okay? What's your problem? Why do you hate Nigeria, you these people? So if INEC say they spent 140 billion buying machine, testing machine, training people, then on the day of election, they say they are not using it anymore. So fine, what happened to the 150 billion? What's your business? No evidence. You go explain tire. All this one that they do right now. Now shalaya they do. You don't know? If you meet the Lagos Abobakus now, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the Bati Dioti, Ati, what's the other ones there? All this, even the Buhari Diot and the rest of them. All this is what they do right now. Nashalaye. No evidence. You go explain Taya Mayegu. The court say no evidence. No evidence. Omo, evidence yakpa. In another 6 months, you go to see the evidence of the yesterday decision and any other one that are coming. Baba, evidence, you go be the evidence. Now a lot of you will become the evidence. They say, what is wrong with this government? What I say, look at them now. What's wrong with the government with that? Look at them. Bokwari dead with you. Tinubu will do that same thing with you. Okay? And now the evidence could be that. But for now, they paid people that they will use machine, they will use this and that. Oh, lie, fake.
You are going to be deployed to the most important level of the electoral system. That is the polling unit. The polling unit level is the most important level because that is the only place where Nigerians go and vote. So you will handle the register, you will handle the papers, you will also handle the result sheets at that level, and you will also be responsible for transmitting the result to the IRF portal on election day. So what we are doing here and nationwide is to train you. We have the manual, the physical manual, we have the soft manual online, and then we brought in the papers for hands-on training. So all of you will be familiar with this machine so that you are not only seeing it on election day. So if you have areas where you don't understand, please ask questions. When you deploy on election day, the first thing after a voter has been accredited or confirmed is to authenticate using the fingerprint. And this is the window. If the fingerprint doesn't work, and don't just try one finger. Try the thumb, try the index, try the other fingers. If it doesn't work, then you take the picture. There are two cameras on this machine. There is the front camera and there is the back camera. Once the voter is accredited, you will see a green light, and on this window, you will see the number of persons accredited. For instance, this is a demonstration paper. It says that there are 38 registered voters, but accredited voters is 0. Once you accredit, the number will be showing. So please pay attention to this. I should also tell you that we are watching you. The moment you pick up these papers to configure it, the front camera will take the picture, so we know who is handling the papers. So we are also
all scam, all lies. At the end of the day, expensive lies that cost people their lives and over 150 billion naira. Phew. Nigeria. When that guy came to Europe, EU gathered together. They carry money giver. EU. So when the EU came and they did their report, the court said, who be EU? Who see you? Say European Union, my lord. Euroco Union. No, European. Is that a constituency in Nigeria? No, European Union. They are also stakeholder in this election, my lord. Go, get out of here. European Union call Euroco Union. Now Euroco Union will come tell us how to do election. Get out of here. What is wrong with these people? Tinubu, they presented one single witness. Now the written address of Tinubu's lawyers, the judges were reading. They just added their own small. Because that's what I think. Because everywhere they agree with Tinubu lawyers. Because Obi and Atiku could not show evidence. They don't show evidence. They don't show witnesses. Here you get. So that's how scammer they are. I mean, how scammy they are. Scam 200 million people. And half of them don't even know they were scammed. You go tell. Festus Okoye, you swore by the name of God, Festus Okoye, and you said this. Or you changed it. Fear man, oh, Abi, fear human being. Abi, I don't know. I don't even know. Shall fear human being? You know what I mean? Because I go to fear those who no fear these people. Undi one Nigeria.
Section 47, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2022 makes it mandatory that to vote, the presiding officer shall use a smart card reader or any other technological device that may be prescribed by the Commission for the accreditation of voters to verify, confirm, or authenticate the particulars of the intending voter in the manner prescribed by the Commission. So the use of the beavers is a mandatory provision of the law and is not an option of charity. The Commission does not have a discretion on whether to use the beavers or not. The law says that we shall and must use the beavers, and this Commission is committed to using the beavers because we spend so much time, we spend so much energy, and we spend resources in putting together the beavers. The beavers was developed by the Commission's in-house engineers as a way of making sure that identity theft is minimized as much as possible at our polling units. So we cannot spend time, resources to develop the beavers and then throw it away and say we won't use it again. It doesn't make sense. So the beavers has come to stay, and we are going to continue to use the beavers in all our elections. The Commission will also transmit polling unit level results in real time. The transmission of polling unit level results is also a mandatory provision of the law, as Section 64, subsection 4 of the Electoral Act has made it mandatory. We canvass for the inclusion of the beavers and the electronic transmission of results in the Electoral Act. We therefore have a responsibility to keep faith with our own innovations and at the conduct of transparent elections driven and propelled by technology.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is
So it's unfair. I'll keep saying it. Today, Festus Okoye is on well, they don't remove him anyway. They didn't renew his own contract. Festus Okoye was on TV after the election and saying the right to choose what to use is this, is that. No, but nowhere. INEC said they are going to do that. No, some people's papa. You saw your papa on TV. INEC official. They lie. They lie to help them mortgage the future of this young generation and the ones before them. Abi, your papa, this TV, they lie. And you are saying, Daddy, I'm proud of you. Oh, Daddy, I'm so proud of you. Because your papa, they carry blood money come out, Sabi. You are proud of your papa. If you are one of their children watching me, I bet you are there right now and be like, if you stumble on this video, you are showing love to your papa with all the blood money and the future of the Nigerians that they are mortgaging for this pecuniary immediate gain. Today, they've denied all of that. All of that. Because may Obi accept. Atiku, complete your statement before I go to Obi, because now Obi next. Because Atiku don't tell him lawyer, but there are other things he has to say. I think you should listen.
Is the Supreme Court of Nigeria. It is my conviction that the electoral process in Nigeria should be devoid of untidy manipulations, and that the outcome of every election should be a perfect reflection of the wishes of the electorate. I believe that such is the only way through which our democracy can have a manifest expression of its true meaning. Whether I prevail in this quest or not, the record of my effort in ensuring an order of credible elections in Nigeria shall remain for the future generations to emulate. On this note, I urge all my supporters to remain calm, steadfast. I ask them to take solace in an immortal lesson I learned from my leader and mentor, late Shehu Yaradua. May his soul rest in peace. That losing a battle is less important than losing the war. We might have lost a battle yesterday, but the war is well ahead of us. And I believe that with our hopes in God and ourselves, we shall win the war of restoring confidence in our electoral system. Let me finally give hope to some of our delusional or disappointed members of our party. I am one of the foundation members of this party. I'm still standing strong. This party gave birth to any other party you can think of in this country. Whether you call yourself APC, ADD, APM, whatever you call yourself, your mother is really You have no reason whatsoever to lose hope in this party. Life itself is full of ups and downs. What is most important for us is to make sure we remain loyal and faithful members of this historic party.
So, Atiku trying to give motivation to his own supporters, even though Shettima. I was actually going to go to Obi's reaction before I go to the Tinubu and gang, but I think at this point, let me put the reaction of Shettima to the judgment where he took a dig. They said it's a joke, right? It's a Fulani joke, or sorry, it's a Kanuri joke. But some people are kind of taking it out of context, okay? He said, listen, we won't retire Atiku to Dubai, okay? This time around, they are retiring him, and they're going to give him a job. He said he's going to buy him goats, and he will retire him to Fombina, Fombina in Adamawa, somewhere in the remotest of Adamawa, close to Cameroon, I think. And they will buy him goats, fowls, and it can be a small, what do you call it, goat farmer, in Adamawa. Now here is Shettima.
Today is a great day for Nigeria. The Nigerian judiciary had proved itself to be the guardians for justice and fairness against the sirens of deception. It's a battle between the will of the people and the forces of misinformation and disinformation. But democracy has finally triumphed. Like the bird phoenix rises from the ashes, resolute and unyielding. And in this age of information, discernment is our greatest armor, and unity is our strongest force. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, in this battle for the survival of the nation, in this grand symphony of democracy, your voice, your vote is the note that cannot be silenced. But even in this our moment of triumph, we are not going to be trampled. We work for the unity of this nation. Democracy, as you all know, is not a destination but a journey. It tests us, it tests our resolve, our intent, our commitment to be the custodians of the will of the people. My principal, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is eternally indebted to the Nigerian people and to the leadership of the party who have been here since 9 a.m. Our governors, our energetic chairman and national secretary of the party, members of the National Assembly, they have been here, ministers. So words cannot adequately convey our depth of gratitude to the Nigerian people. My principal will issue a formal statement, but we feel compelled to talk to you, having spent nearly 15 hours in this chamber. There is dignity of every person that we need to honor and cherish. I want to thank you. The journey is just beginning. I want to call on Nigerians. Let's unite. What binds us together surpasses whatever that divides us. Let's unite as a people and face our common challenges. As I have always said, the trajectory of global growth is facing Africa and Nigeria, the greatest black nation on earth, will make or mar that transition. We have had a very long day, but a very good day. My principal is extremely elected, and he asked me to convey his gratitude to our leaders and to the Nigerian people and to the Nigerian media who have been here all day long. The journey is just beginning. I wish you a wonderful night rest. I will allow our boss, the national chairman of the party is the boss of bosses. So I will allow you to interrogate.
Do you still retire political terrorists?
We have moved beyond the phase of politics. Now we are in the phase of governance. Atiku Abubakar is an elder statesman that I hold in very high esteem. Anybody who knows the socio-cultural interaction between the Fulanis and the Kanuris in the north will know that I have the liberty to hold all insult at him and he will stay Caribbean. We are not going to retire him to Dubai or Morocco. I will retire him to Fombina. I will buy him goats, broilers and layers so that he can spend his days rearing goats and broilers. But it's an elder statement that it's on a joking side. On a more serious note, it's an elder statesman The nation needs him. Experience is not something that you can buy in the marketplace.
Who will take this country? You the post goods available now. You know, are you no man? May God punish you for posting that goods available.
I wish na election I can make a Nigerian movie. And next time I chose it was it na APC a win go. Thunder agba. I will confess. I just say Korean election. Also, no, a town hall is different from Barabu, blah blah. Not Peter the win is it? On one film.
Are you not ashamed of yourself that they born you on an angry moment? What is good about the birthday? Are you not ashamed of yourself that they born you when the country is about to break down? Come on here with your birthday. Come on, go and see that nobody's celebrating your birthday. So if your birthday is today, you supposed to the birthday.
Sorry, guys. I had to just laugh. You know why? I was reading your comments and I was cracking up. Like here, like, man, Then I remember that I had this short voice note from WhatsApp. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to add the flavor so that I can actually, like, you know, sort of laugh enough. Did you hear the part where it was like, you know, I know some of you probably have been following what's going on in Nigeria, especially some of you who are obedient, who are hoping that this is a bad dream. You are still going to wake up like, you know, how could this even happen? Is this even right? And the rest of that. Some of you now that you are realizing that they don't rob you, nothing waiting the text talks they go do, they don't do more. So some of you will feel like, as you are seeing their faces there, all their faces inside that video, you probably will feel like, I wish this thing in Hollywood. So that thunder will just and thunder will just strike all of them there. And they go come they confess. They say, I confess, so we rig election. Now Peter Obi win, oh, hey, forgive us, oh, hey, forgive us, oh, fire, hey, fire, hey, God, forgive us, oh, like that, How many of you are thinking that? How many? That wishes that, thunder, I wish thunder would listen. Make thunder just strike all of them there. Before they die, they go come confess. They will come say, oh, na me do am, na me rig, you know that stuff. Imagination will go kill all of us. Sure, you know that. Because it be like saying that imagination, a lot of us are actually using to survive right now. With what, with the level of disruption that APC, Egbekegbe, has brought upon Nigeria. Without imagination, a lot of people would don't run mad. And if you don't believe me, go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on all this social media. Nigerians that are supposed to be so frustrated, right? Probably like fighting back. They are using their frustration to kind of make money. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, Kolu actually celebrated it. So may I show you small. In India, I'm coming back to Peter Obi's position.
We shall stand. All your mandate, Bola, all your mandate, Bola, all your mandate. We shall stand. We shall stand. All your mandate, we shall stand. We shall stand. All your mandate, we shall stand. All your mandate, all your mandate, all your mandate, we shall stand. All your mandate, we shall stand. All your mandate, we shall stand. All your mandate, all your mandate, all your mandate, we shall stand.
From India, then he also added his own, you know, I accept the judgment, democracy is working, democracy is this and that, as usual, you know, like normal. So the Mughals clapped.
It's been a very, very strong and emotional journey for all of us, struggling for democracy, truth, and justice for all. Today, we give kudos to the judiciary for their indefeasible commitment to rule of law and to humanity. Thank God Almighty for guiding us this far and protecting us. With your support, joys, and adulation, the theme for Nigeria is for us to pull Nigeria up and be proud of a country. That's the only country that we have. 1 out of 4 black race is in Nigeria. Well educated, dynamic, collaborative, and forward-looking people. Hard-working, no doubt. We have no reasons to.
As mentioned in the earlier part, this court has consolidated with the time paragraph 50, the first schedule to the Electoral Act. This ground, as mentioned in the earlier part, this court has consolidated with the time paragraph 50, the first schedule to the Electoral Act. This ground.
Anyway, I think that's how I was feeling, right? The way I was feeling about watching Kolu, talking about our democracy and the rule of law and the rest of that. If you think that of Gandola, you see fake. You see how fake people do. Gandola, we don't travel, gone. Everybody in that courtroom, somebody was asking me, Mayekun, do you think they probably spray something inside that courtroom that everybody just slept off? And I was like, Baba, even if not me, they inside that courtroom. Even me, I won't lie to you. After 2 hours, I go sleep, especially if the place is a bit comfortable. But the only problem is that, once I realize that I'm sleepy like that, Baba, I go leave the place. I go come out. But you see, politician, no, I'm not sleeping. You see, sorry, sir. You know all those Baba, when you are with all this Agbalagba, some of you are Agbalagbas, and this culture of, lying, and they will say, shut up, man, so Agbalagba paro. I say, etin sun I'm not sleeping. Sir, are you sleeping? Why don't you go inside and sleep? Man, why don't you go inside and sleep? You're already sleeping. Who is sleeping? Is it because I'm trying to close my eyes like that? Do you think I'm sleeping? That kind of a thing. Then you put them on to it. I don't know, maybe somebody, or maybe his brain, when he was sleeping like that, he's already gone like that. So his brain just told him that, alaye, wa, cut low wow. Now cut you do. Oh yeah, demonstrate like say, you are not sleeping, you are just praying. And it was like that. Like, kilo shigan dollar.
As mentioned in the earlier part, this court has consolidated with the time paragraph 50, the first schedule to the Electoral Act.
Learning. You know, when it was the turn of Frostos Otobokeyamo, that one was like with with swag.
That's not the same. Minister of Aviation. Hey, wake up, dear, wake up.
You cannot cheat nature, okay? I just thought I should make you smile because a lot of you are kind of so tensed. And every time we are talking about these things, some of you will be like so tense. I'm crying. Mayegun, I mean, honestly speaking, Mayegun, I nearly stopped watching your program because it's so depressing sometimes when you look at this whole thing. So I hope that kind of cracked you up, Abi. Are you awake now? Alive, eh? Is that you? Come on. Our problem was if your issue too tough, maybe say you sit there watching your TV, still doing like this. I don't think so. I help you. I won't lie to you, even though Dr. Agbede came on my program to say it to my face that the Kaba in Nigeria said they sent a message and they said this Mayegun, all he does is talk. He cannot do anything. This Mayegun, this small boy Mayegun, all he does is to talk, but he cannot do anything for us because we and all of that. You were here that day when Dr. Agbede was delivering that message. But Dr. Agbede, thank God that the Kaba get letter for me. They say that small boy Mayegun, it simply means they are also watching Mayegun. Sure, you know. So which then means they are concerned that if a lot of people are also watching Mayegun and they begin to listen to him, that could actually be a problem. Sincerely speaking. However, ladies and gentlemen, we are still going to continue until the rest of you will kind of get to a stage that you realize that you're not doing anybody, you're not fighting for anybody, you are not fighting for anyone. You are indeed, whatever you do is for yourself. I'm doing my own part. Here you get. So don't kind of get too depressed about Nigeria. You can't help it. Peter Obi's reaction after the court judgment. Now your own section with this.
Yesterday, 6th of September 2023, the Presidential Election Petition Court, PEPC, finally delivered its long-awaited judgments on petitions challenging the outcome of the presidential election held on 25th of February 2023. This judgment was delivered within the statutory time frame under the extant status. We acknowledge the court's contributions to due process and seeming attempt to strengthen our democracy. As petitioners in this case, we respect the views and ruling of the court, but we disagree with the court's reasoning and conclusions in the judgment it delivered. It is my intention as the presidential candidate and the intention of Labour Party to challenge this judgment by way of appeal immediately as allowed by the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. The PEPC has rendered its judgment, but that esteemed body is not the final arbiter. The responsibility now falls on the Supreme Court. I do know that the judgment is not conterminous with justice. I implore Nigerians to remain focused, steadfast, and peaceful, and to abide by the rule of law and understand this matter has not reached its logical conclusion. Our legal team has already received our firm instruction to file an appeal against the decision. I shall not relent in quest for justice, not necessarily for myself, but for indeed for our teeming supporters all over Nigeria, whose mandate to us at the post was regrettably truncated by INEC. The strength and value of our democracy reside on solid national institutions and our confidence in them. Electoral litigations will almost be unnecessary and non-existent if the Independent National Electoral Commission discharges its statutory functions creditably, transparently, and with tenable fairness. When that body fails, as it did recently, thus subverting the will of Nigerian voters, the recourse to judiciary becomes imperative, as is now the case. I thank every Nigerian who has supported our cause and campaigned for a new Nigeria, characterized by fairness, equity, justice, rule of law, peace, prosperity, inclusiveness, sustainable growth and development. A new Nigeria is possible and achievable. I especially thank our legal team, the Labour Party and the Obedient family, and all those who showed up daily during our court trials. God bless you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Mbazo Yorùbá. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyìnbó kò ṣe sọ.
Òyìnbó ò ṣe sọ. Sorry about the quality of the video. Okay, I kind of picked that from a mobile phone user, sort of recorded. Mobile phone recorded. It's not like a professional like that. So Obi just wanted to fulfill all of the judicial, whatever. And some others are saying, listen, going to Supreme Court or not going to Supreme Court is not because he actually wanted, but they said he just wanted to further help, especially this generation, this young generation that is challenging the old order. They said this whole thing is just to help further expose how rotten the institutions in Nigeria are. And then whatever the young people want to do about it is up to them. He's not looking there to go and see them to declare him winner or he'll run. It's not going to happen. A lot of you should start believing me now. You should start believing me, even if you're always doubting what I say, simply because of the way I say them. I know I know I can be very petty sometimes, yeah? I can be very petty, but I like it. I like being petty. It makes me real. It makes me kind of like, you know, that is why when I finish any of my program, I can go to bed and I will sleep very sound. It doesn't matter what the reaction is, like, oh, you this my ego. It doesn't matter. You know? But you should start believing me. Or, okay, don't believe me. You should start listening to me. You know what listening to me does? It gets you to start thinking. Seriously. Peter Obi knows that there is no justice in Supreme Court too. But if when somebody who tweeted at him and told him to go and run for president of Nigeria, if he didn't run, there are some of you, including those who persecuted him, those who attacked him, those who said a lot of things, those who attacked all of you because of him, including all of them. If he didn't run for president right now, a lot of them will be saying, they wish that Peter Obi contested. And under any party, they would have supported him. And a lot of you will agree and say, yes, well, it's true. That Peter Obi, because you know what? Before Peter Obi said he wanted to be president, contest election, he was a darling, no? I mean, forget all the things that Nigeria has turned to right now. Are you with me? At a point, a lot of people who love him so much, they started finding out that it was, in fact, in PDP too. I was like, how could you forget that now? He was a PDP vice presidential candidate in 2019. I didn't know that. To who? To Atiku now. Okay, and so I'm happy that he's not with Atiku anymore. I didn't know that. Sure, you get. He was a darling, let's be honest. A lot of people who are attacking him today, attacking Igbos, ready to kill any Igbo, chase them everywhere today. Peter Obi used to be a reference because he wasn't contesting with their lords and saviors. So the day he said he was, if he hadn't responded to that, if he hadn't been chased away from PDP, maybe it won't be this much. You get? So he himself should know. He's a member of the elite squad. They know themselves. He knows them. But if his job is to open your eyes, to let you understand how rotten your country is and how gone it is and how much lies they've told you, and so many of those lies, you need to experience them. Excuse me. It's never going to make any sense if somebody told you. You need to experience them. You need to analyze them. You need to begin to question everything they told you. How? It's by living them. It's by kind of, experiencing them. So if I tell you something, you should believe me. Oh. Don't come back here later and start telling me that you can watch. You will see what will happen at the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court, Baba, make una they calm down. No? The devil you are dealing with, if you understand them very well, you will realize that divided house can't take these guys down. But we are going to get to that part at some point. When his own lawyers came out of the courtroom, just like Atiku's lawyers, their own first response.
I'm saying that our clients are dissatisfied with the judgment just delivered. And we have the firm instruction of our clients to challenge the judgment on appeal. And the court has promised us that possibly by tomorrow we are going to get a copy of the judgment. Once we have it, we'll spring into action. Let me say this. We have to be very, very careful in this country. If we are not careful, electoral jurisprudence will virtually disappear. I'm saying this with every amount of sincerity, because when the litigants, when those who contested the election continue to find it very difficult to establish their case due to obstacles all the way, starting by INEC, certainly they may resort to some other means of trying to seek justice, which may not be lawful. And nobody encourages that. Nobody encourages that. So, and also, I commend the Court of Appeal for introducing live streaming. You will recall that we applied to the court to have live streaming of all the proceedings. The court, in its wisdom, did not grant the application, but now in the end, they saw wisdom in it to guarantee transparency. Hence, they introduced live streaming of the judgment. Certainly, it would have been better if there was live streaming of the entire proceedings so that the public will now watch it from beginning to the end and connect properly with the judgment. But this one just started from the judgment, so they didn't start from the very beginning. So I do hope and pray that next time it will be continuous from the beginning of the case, beginning of the hearing, until the end. That is the only way you can ensure transparency. Because when something is open, people will see it themselves and they will make up their minds one way or the other.
Thank you very much.
Finally, okay. I leave you with one word. History. History will vindicate the just.
About that one will be one word though. That one are like one sentence. History will vindicate the just. History will vindicate the just. About now 5 words, oh, my lord, my lord, my lord. Now 5 words you said, oh, no be one word, oh, 5. One sentence, by the way. And like I told all of you, when you are living through history, it is always very slow. But you know something? In 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, when you begin to tell about what happened or what is happening now, it's going to be sounding like they happened ages ago. But when you remember that it happened, you lived through it, and you remember that it was so slow. People didn't do anything. People couldn't fight back. Everybody was just so like, the oppression was so much. I remember that time. Any small thing, they would threaten us with soldiers. Any this and that, they would say, you know, and it was like forever. We felt like we were doomed. We felt like there was no way out. There's no way we could get out of this whole thing. Everybody was screaming at one another, asking, do something. Let's break up the country. In 10 years' time, when you begin to talk about them, it's going to sound like, oh my God, that sounded like ages ago. Because you are living through it right now. It is slow. There is already history in the making. Something is going to lead from something to something, and it's going to eventually lead all of us to somewhere. Just learn how to connect the dots. So the lawyers are assuring, we will make sure the law have to take its course. We need the precedents and the rest of that. But behind, at the back of their mind, there is not going to be any justice. Let's just do what let's just do it for doing its sake, and then hope that history will vindicate the just. What the fuck? I'll tell you what happened, right? I wanted to say something that, is a little bit saucy or sassy. And I remember that children will be watching. What's the point? So I wanted to say it in English. I wanted to say it in Yoruba, but there's no point in saying it. So I just forget them. Thank God I didn't say that. Say, my children are watching. Listen, there are children here. Please don't say that again. I say, okay, yeah. Fair enough. I remember before I spitted it. So let's leave that. So when it now comes to that law, there are people who believe that law, which law? Rule of law, where? 1999 Constitution from where? People can't burn their own constitution. They burn Nigerian constitution. No, they burn Nigeria wigi. As a B now. If you like saying that Shaja and Bill lawyer could help you with all your cases now in Nigeria, because what's the point of actually like studying law in Nigeria? Could you help me?
It's a useless book that does not deserve any space on my bookshelves. It's useless. I won't have to, for that matter.
You dey burn my lord wig. They say, somebody was advertising it and said, anybody will want this wig. And they say wig, that lawyer's wig that you put on, my lord. These are the reactions of Nigerians to the murder of the killings or the execution or the murder of Nigeria Constitution. There is no law anymore. Bonham, we just deceive yourselves. Baba, burning the Constitution. You are now only the book with the burn. Sure you get. If you do anyhow and then use the law, catch you. Now then you go no say there is no one Nigeria. There is many Nigerias. And as you think say the law, no day. No go try amo. Then you go realize say you are ordinary Nigerian. And the law is made for you. They go read and it go clear. There will be no not intentional or mistake in your case. The law go hold you because they made them for you. No go be like that, guy. I'm just saying, you know. So a guy was actually advertising the wig. Do you want this, my lord wig, my lord wig? You can be a lawyer. Just go there and quote something and say, nah, error, a mistake and whatever. And that's it. 10,000 naira. Say, 10,000 naira for my lord wig in Nigeria. You know, you go take 500. And the guy was like, if you are going to pay for delivery, oh yeah, bring 500. So it's just to tell you that why study law in Nigeria in a place that has become so lawless that apart from the fact that the country is not investing in the future of its own citizens, the young people, education, health, and the rest of them, not investing in them, but they are willing to milk them. And when any one of them try to kind of express the displeasure in a democracy, they may get killed. If you don't believe me, then you haven't seen the Unilag students in the last 48 hours. Thank God they released some of them yesterday, or all of them yesterday, because they had to arrest some of them. The police. It is already happening. Somebody said, Mayegun, you go cry. You go continue to cry, Mayegun. Do you see the people I'm actually crying on their behalf, including you, that is telling me that I should continue to cry? Do you see people crying here? Look at that guy in front of that banner. Look at the one wearing mask. Do they look happy to you? Look at the guys who are holding both, who are holding the banner. Do they look happy to you? They are not Mayegun. They are like you and me. Just anyone. I mean, well, they are not like me because I'm not a student. Share this guy where they carry this banner for the left. He look happy to you. Now, where is their happiness? Who took their happiness? Tinubu, not me. A lot of you now so now go they cry. It just depends on where the shege hold you. Okay? If you have children that are going to school, they no go tell you before you sit down for the corner of your room and begin to cry. Sorry. Dammy, where's your daddy? No, daddy is in the bathroom. He said he wanted to use the loo. I've been hearing this strange sound for the past 30 minutes. Darling, dear. Sorry, are you in the bathroom? Yeah, darling, I'm here. Are you the one crying? Kilode, why are you crying? Dear, the school just sent me the school fees of Dami. And when I opened it and I saw the school fees, I haven't got into the part of school supply. I haven't got into this part of the special tutor that we normally give. School fees alone, I broke down. Shit, no come. I've been sitting on the loo. I've been sitting on that toilet seat for the past 30 minutes. And I've just been, I didn't know you can hear me. Darling. Oh, it's okay. Oh, poor baby. I'm so sorry. It's all right. God will do it now. You shouldn't be crying. I thought you are the leader of the violence group for Tinubu. Reminding that all those people who fail, who try to stop Tinubu and APC, Egbekegbe will cry. Darling, kilo wade te wan sunkun toilet. Did you not know that there is going to be consequences for elections? Elections have consequences, darling. Come here. Or should we just tell Dami to stay away from school? No. I'm not crying. I think I'll just have to call. I'll just see what I can do. I'll go and talk to people anyway. A lot of you are going to be walking and be crying inside. Do you understand? I encourage people to cry when they feel sad. So yeah, there are people who are crying that Tinubu is going to deal with you. A lot of them are going to brace up. They survived Boko Haram. They didn't expect anything from him. They tried to rescue themselves from the rest of you, but it seems that since Satan don't take over, be a shooting bajoba. Some of them are not expecting any succor from them. They already know they won't get anything. The worst is the worst, and some of them will take their fate if they have to die due to the consequences of your own greed and selfishness and short-sightedness. They know, they are not expecting, but you expecting, telling people will cry. You will cry. You will cry for 8 years. Baba, a lot of you will be crying inside. Òun ló burú jù. They say, Sake, is everything all right, Sake? They say, no, everything well, okay, everything well. Baba, you have been doing I have heard like a 15 in the last 30 seconds, not even 1 minute. Are you giving are you kind of doing every 2 seconds in it? As I said, well, okay, kill and roll. Don't kill yourself. This word, though, if you kill yourself, the word will still remain. Oh. You sat here for just 30 seconds, you did do Kilode shogun láyé ni. Because you are crying inside. You are suffering and smiling. You can't even publicly complain. Oh no, what's the you? Now waiting to make all of una cry. Tinubu and his gang are already sending them. They go deliver your own shege. And maybe, this government go favor you, or this shege go favor you and your family. Because it's going to be a very tough one. So those who are saying no to them, and they are crying that, you people will see me go suffer to your law. How can you people be so heartless? Somebody was like, Mayegu, could you believe it? The day I realized people went on and still voted for APC, I know say Nigeria no feel say nobody feel save Nigeria, Mayegu. People will suffer under APC, they still fired out. Young people, old people, they still fired out. They won't go vote for Tinubu. Mayegu, help you. Nobody feel help that place. I said, well, it is a democracy. Democracy not waiting be democracy. I said, well, I thought we were having a conversation. Mayegu, can't tell me. Now them be that. Look at them. Now them be that. Oju enyi ma boni. Tinubu will go do 8 years. Bokwari will do 8 years. Nigeria will be great again. And Keneko. There's this girl that was singing February. She became very kind of a popular on social media. Omolomo. Immediately Bokwari came. You remember that girl now that was singing February? February. On February, we go February. You remember that girl? She's in America now. Big girl. She's very good now. She didn't come out in this whole show again, okay? But she kind of, Omolomo. She was a student too in Nigeria. Now, because of this change or no change, after they used them, Omolomo Yagbavisa America, Tamfeku, she's now telling them about, she's now loving Nigeria from America. And there are many of you like that. So when the consequences start falling on, it won't just spare anybody. I would have feel sorry for the student of Unilag. I actually do. Yeah, I do, because I don't want it to sound like I'm mocking or laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I actually do feel sorry for you. Because I know some of you who probably never wanted this. But here we go. Everybody know they cry. I'll show you them in the Unilag. Young people. You know what they are met with? Violence. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our right. Una suppose don't do new version of that song. It don't hold. Your grandpa singer, your papa, your mama singer. Una don't join school now. Don't they sing solidarity. Fight for our right. We shall always fight for our right. Fight for your right. Fight you. Run, oh. Solidarity. Have you ever been in the Aluta spirit? Or more? Now different spirit, oh. Soli. It go be like say you fight somebody, or you need to put up a face. You can't be singing soli and be smiling. Even ladies, even ladies, if you put the camera on their face, you have to be serious in solidarity with one another. Education is our right. They have to tell them and remind them that education is their right. You are the leaders of tomorrow. Bail is free. Police is your friend. One Nigeria. PVC is more powerful than AK-47. PVC is your weapon of mass destruction. And the rest of other lies they've told you. How many other lies they told you? I mean, I keep kind of love to remind the young people so that, you see, when you see kids who watches this video, so when you start telling them that, listen to me, my son, you are the leader of tomorrow. Say, Baba, shut up. Baba, no, they use that thing on us again. You know they walk again, no, Baba. Leader of which tomorrow? Say, listen to me, my son. Education is the key to success tomorrow. Papa, drop that thing. How come you know they're successful? Say, listen to me, my son. The thing that an elder see sitting down, even if a child climb Kilimanjaro, he cannot see it. I say, Papa, Edakpada, how many of you saw today, 50 years ago? Well, now they sit that time. Inside the cave. They say, listen to me, young man. I'm an elderly person and I'm advising you. PVC is your power. Papa, if you repeat them again, I swear to God, I go sing. Don't worry, my son. I won't repeat it again. And in fact, I won't advise you again. If I be an older person, so I want to make sure that when you elders begin to quote things, they try to lie to them. They go tell you, say, Papa, Mama, stop him. Mommy, stop him. That's, they work again. Okay? Listen, my son. If you call me my son again, I will dismother you or disfather you so that you can disown me. Disown me, oh. If you call me your son again, now the grace, your son. Now don't mortgage our future. Collect change. After mortgaging our future, collect change. You consider try check anything where they left, and then the rest of us they push us inside that thing so that you did crazy. Who be your son? I know money. Tell you, I don't know my papa. I know be your son. No, they call you, they tell me all those lies about Nigeria. Nigeria is a great country. Says who? The future of Nigeria is going to be great. Yes, sir. Are you sharing wine? You know that kind of thing. Because the future of Nigeria cannot be great when Nigeria is not investing in their own young people. The young people are the future. If they are the leaders of tomorrow, you will prioritize their education. You will prioritize their life and their training, and they are growing. Because whatever you've been building them, whatever you build them as, is what you are going to get in the future. The rest of the criminals who are controlling Nigeria today, who are so unpatriotic, who have no loyalty to Nigeria, where do you think that comes from? It comes from the grooming scenes. Primary school, secondary school, university. A life of if God rescue you, Baba, if you cross the bridge, Baba, if you get gasoline, bridge, burn it down. The mentality comes from this life, where you get to know that it is the survival of the fittest. Nobody cares about you. And that is why 1 million solely will never get you your right. Never. Not like that. But again, it is what prepares you for what Nigeria truly means. As a Nigerian, a young man and woman, you will sit down in your room. You look at the country, the education you've managed to kind of get from these guys. Then you sit down in your room after reading that. You may be leaving school. You may not be able to kind of complete your education anymore. Then you start asking yourself, why? Do these people not care? Do they not have a chance of actually reading the consequences of this? Do they not think that those who are not going to be able to match up and they're going to have to drop out of school, they will still have to survive inside that same Nigeria, by any means and by whatever means, including if they have to make life a hell for those who are doing legitimate things to survive? Like, do they think? They don't care. You go find out. This girl, they cry, say, they want me to lose my Baba, they don't care. You can turn to Olosho, you can turn to hookup, you can turn to human trafficker, you can turn to kidnappers. Just make sure, say they don't catch you. Just make sure, say nobody catch you. Now, when they catch you, they go show your face for crime fighter. That's what Nigeria has become. Education has become nothing. Because they wanted it to be so. And it is just starting. Sorry, sorry, my dear sister. I beg, may God no let them kill you. Unilag students.
I don't want the boss to drop out. I cannot do this. I don't want to drop out. I don't want to drop out.
Relax, shooting people. They're on live. They're on live.
We'll continue it.
They're on live.
We'll continue it.
My name is Ayobami. I'm a student of University of Lagos, University of First Choice, Nation's Pride, a bona fide student of this institution. It is disheartening and very sad that the school management has decided to increase our school fees from 26,000 naira to 170,000 naira. How? And you're supposed not to rob. You're supposed not to carry gun. You're supposed not to do yahoo. How? It is unfair. Even the management members cannot afford this money. Yes, ask them. They can't afford it too. We had a management member shouting, "How will I pay that money?" He has 2 children in 100 level. Ask them if they can pay that money too. I have a classmate selling granules in Yaba. My classmate is selling granules in Yaba to pay school fees. Granules to pay school fees. I am able to raise 100,000. Ow!
They shot us this morning. Where did they want us to see 200 plus for school fees? 25,000 naira to 200 plus for school fees. Where they want to see that? Even if I'm doing work myself, I don't understand why they cannot listen to us. We don't have such amounts. Most of us, our parents are not catering for us. We struggle life for ourselves. Did they want the board to drop out? I cannot do this. I don't want to drop out. I have a reason I came to school. I don't want to drop out. They should reduce it. They should reduce this fee.
Year one, I paid 56,500. Now a fresher is expected to pay 200,000 plus. I'm in my final year and I'm expected to pay 100,000 plus. 20,000 naira utility fee or something, excluding accommodation, excluding my feeding. If I can afford over 150 plus, one of the next person beside me in class, one of the girl I copy her notes when I'm not in school. If I can afford it, why can't I just go somewhere else? Please.
Actually, our intention is not to show our grievance to the management because they were just employee. Our impression is to address the employer, those who employ them. Because they were acting in their order. So we don't have any issue with them. We are directing our grievances to the president of the country. Because if the president is not aware of this won't happen. This is too much. It's too much. Many of us can't pay it.
As mentioned in the earlier part, this court has consolidated with time paragraph 50, the first schedule to the Electoral Act. This ground.
They are working on it because that's what they will tell you. Federal government said that Tinubu's government said they are not the ones that increased their school fees. It is Unilag they should go and talk to Unilag. Unilag said the federal government said they are not going to give them money again, and they need money. So they have to increase the school fees. So the students are currently in between. They don't know who to cry to anymore. The police, they were supposed to be there to provide security for them. They started shooting them. Did you see that first guy with red eyes, eyeballs? Those are tear guys. Those are the tear gassed eye or eyeballs. Everybody, Loshima cry, yo. I know. Look at you. See that one. I will not cry in Jesus' name. I will not cry in Jesus. So those ones where they cry, don't know Jesus, Abi. It's okay. They play. The situation right now is that with the new tribunal ruling and the rest of all the shenanigans that has happened, even if you call somebody now and say, you know that one, I know a lot of you won't call anybody in Nigeria again. I'll tell you something. This whole thing is going to affect everybody. Even all of us, where they do support. Let us support this one. Let us support that one. If you see my people now, when they know that if they give support, that support is going to go into the hand of the same Nigerians who are defending these criminals, they kind of feel so kind of awkward and like, I don't understand if I should give you this my money, because you know it's for Nigerians. Yes, now Yoruba Union, we are supporting the less privileged, the poor people. I know what a great work you are doing. Very fantastic job. It's just that I just feel like they should suffer more. If I give you my money, it is like I am indirectly still helping this government. So, please. Joe, don't do like that. Let's help the poor. I understand, Mayegun. I'm just thinking about it. I don't think I want to give my money to anybody or anything in Nigeria again. People have told me that. They felt bad, but they said that kind of makes them feel kind of good. Like, because this whole thing is like a collective responsibility of entire Nigerians, because they can see those who are fighting to push back, and they can see the rest of those who are like, shut up your mouth, what's your business with us? Leave us alone, stay where you are, blah, 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 blah. And then when everything can't turn upside down, they'll begin to say, please, Joe, help me, Joe. Everywhere you are going, you are driving, you see everybody, I say there. Please. What is wrong with her? What do you mean, what is wrong with her? Can't you see that she's doing like this? She's asking you to give her money for food. Is she mad? No, she's not mad. She's a beggar. You open Facebook. This one is not even like you are driving, just Facebook. You say, let me check my Facebook this morning. And the first thing you see is the shadow of people. Where they do like this. Even inside my house, I know they inside car, I know they Nigeria, I know they the road. How come these people they see them? They see them as they are doing like this? Say, but kilo shell gongo. If you do mistakes, say I mean, don't say, well, I don't talk to this my friend though. I even just check him. And then you are like, hey, Johnny, how far now? Long time. Now you go look for trouble. The problem for that month, now you go carry them. A lot of people, as Nigeria continue to get worse and worse, relationship, they go bad. You remember I told you something about relationship. I said, as things are getting harder and tougher in Nigeria, relationship are breaking up. It's not the only husband and wife relationship they break. Boyfriend, girlfriend relationship. No, they are not just the only thing breaking up. Even good friend, childhood friend relationship are breaking up. You carry phone. Steve-o. Normally, back in the days, when you are abroad, once in a while, it's just to kind of, let your friend feel like they are still your friends, right? And you are abroad, you just call them from the blues. Sometimes they may be on Okada. International number, international call. Who this one feel be? Okay. If you be that my friend with the America, I carry him. Hello, and then you talk. About a long time, I've been busy. You say, I've been busy, I've been working, you know, family life, everything. Good old days. Today, with the APC, Egbekegbe's 8 years and destruction of Nigeria, you do mistake, go call your old friend. You be Elon Musk, oh. Mistake. Which mistake? Like, you miss your old friend. Like, people are kind of avoiding themselves now. People are putting their WhatsApp read to, what's it called that? So that if I read your message, you won't know I don't read them. Now, Nigeria caused all of that. A lot of you may not have paid attention. You may not have paid attention to this. But you are sitting down there, you are laughing, you are shaking your head, you are like, yeah. I'm not going to take calls anymore. I just want to talk about real life now, how this whole thing connects with you. Even though if you are not in Nigeria. Because every time you call them now, hey, now Victor, they call from London, so. Hello, Victor. Kingsley, what's happened to your voice?
Victor, I can't see me, you call me home. I won't die here. I never shot for the past 2 weeks, so my friend, you need to help me. I won't die, yo.
Now you go come to regret, say, oh my, why I go call this guy? They say, but I just want to call to check on you and see if you are doing fine. I say, yeah, I'm doing fine. But I know that by Saturday, they go don't call you for my obituary because this country is almost finishing me. I'm about to die. So if you manage, because you don't want your old friend to die, say hello. Sorry, if you help me send €100, you get this, my friend. We say we don't know what's in the do, but he talks he never chop for the past 2 weeks. So let me send €100 to Ram. So maybe we'll take down a whole in life together before we go know what's in good day. How many of you have experienced that? That today you don't even call your friends anymore. You see their messages, you can't pretend. Bro, sorry that I missed your message, Jerry. I'm sorry, all of you who messages me. Like, who knows my direct number? And then you wonder, why have I not replied? I know I'm kind of busy, and I can be very busy, but most of the time, the reason why I don't respond back is that I want to be in a better place before I respond, because I don't want to respond. And then the next thing is going to be that, your grandma don't swallow generator. I be grandpa call, he don't swallow remote control. And it's between the life and death. Or so the entire family has been kidnapped. What if anybody? They won't shoot us now. I need to kill before they shoot us. Help. So what happened? You stayed away. But it's something where here, if it affect your dream. If you go to bed and be dreaming about somebody who won't die from Nigeria, relationships are being broken. People are avoiding themselves. Sure you get, because you don't know what they are going to say next. Ordinary hello, hi, bro, how you doing? The next thing that will follow, you yourself go to avoid them. That is what Nigeria did. And that is why, even if you are living in denial, even if you are telling yourselves that they never touch me, but you see, with what you have experienced in the last 4 years, I wish, I could preach to you that way in Yoruba. When they say, God spare our life. Sometimes, now one kind prayer, you say you're supposed to be very careful before you say amen to. Because spare your life for what? So spare your life for suffer. So that you can keep open. That one day, your situation will change. And if your own no change, maybe that of your children will change. If their own no change, maybe their own children will change. So every generation that is coming out in Nigeria, today, are being denied the opportunities that belong to those generations. Education, good health care, infrastructure, investment in their lives. They are being denied. Gone are the days where those generations of the 70s, 80s, my generation, And the generation after us like that, there are something that came into that generation that impacted in that generation. Look at the generations that have been happening since 2020 in Nigeria, the millennials. They don't get any plan for them. No, nothing for them. So the society they are pushing all of them out into is the society all of us are going to exist in. Sure, you know. Not be all of us. You know, thinking is a very great job, by the way. You know, easy. Trust me, thinking is a very, very great job. It's a very, very hard job. Some of you may think, can't you think? Can't you use your brain? Abba. Oh, Molon. All of now, we get this brain. Now, all of us get brain, oh. Or not be all of us, we use them, oh. Here you get. Can't you think straight? Baba? Because if you think, Abi, you think thinking is an easy job. If thinking is an easy job, Nigerians would have figured it out. We won't even have gotten to this stage. But look at us. Look at the rest of us.
In a recent development, officers from the Lagos State Police Command were deployed to disperse students who had gathered around the University of Lagos area to protest against the fee hike. The police officers used tear gas to disperse the protesting students. Kejabe spoke to a few students who were present at the scene. Here's what they have to say.
Yeah, I'm Aisha. I'm a student of Unilag, a medical student. So we were just peacefully protesting at Unilag Junction. We were not even at the gates yet. These people came to meet us with vans, police vans. Like they were like threatening us, like, okay, they can use force if they want to. They were saying it right out our face. Then not long, like they just like few minutes later, they just started throwing tear gas at us. Like we didn't do anything. We were armless. We were just innocent students. Like we were just against this fee hike. We were just against this fee hike. That's all. That's all we were doing. It was just we have not even started anything. They started throwing tear gas. It is even fair. Federal government, Unilag management, you guys, whoever ordered that thing, you guys need to do something about it. This is not fair. This is not fair. We are just Nigerian students expressing our pains. How do you want us to cope? From 21,600% increase, from 21,000 to 190,000. Hostel fee is there, utilities is there, and stupid fees. Please. We come to our rescue. Not fair. We didn't come for violence. We came for a peaceful protest. And these people outnumbered us and we started running like thieves, like hoodlums. This is not fair at all. They threw some people in the Maria. Some people are injured right now. Some people are arrested. Some of us are scattered everywhere. Please, this is not fair at all. This is not the Nigeria we want. We have the right to protest.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, or good morning. Whenever you're watching this, this is live from the Unilag protest. The police shot at us. They arrested some of us. We were only there. There was no weapon. We didn't have weapons on us. They shot at us. This was all we had. This is our weapon. This is our voice. We were only exercising our rights. And these guys, they shot at us. They arrested us. Shot us tear gas. For that time, they shot at us. Because we were only exercising our rights. It was first.
In a recent development, officers from
I know, bruv. It's a tough world. And welcome to it. I don't know what they are teaching you in your classrooms. I don't know researches they are telling you to go and research about Nigeria, and you are wasting your resources and wasting your time writing beautifully about how Nigeria can work, you are writing all of that inside your classrooms. None of them is in any of interest to them. You know that, but you will find out. So welcome to the real world. That's for those who are in the university. For these children who are like a small picking in Nigeria today, if you ask them what is the plan for them, maybe I told you they don't get plan for you. Anyway, they have one plan. You see, there's no point in going to Unilag. If you don't get money to go to Unilag, it's better you catch them young right now. Maybe then turn everybody to labor camp like China, child labor. They go build factory. They say one minister in Nigeria, Tinubu's minister, has found a solution to investors on how to end unemployment in Nigeria. It is by gathering school children every Friday, close the school every Friday, truck them to factories so that they can start working. So that when they start working on something, then we begin to sell whatever they produce. Child labor in 2023 to curb unemployment at what again? Skill acquisition. Eku. You go they read. Shebi use. Well, I'll tell you this one. I'll tell you this free of charge. You know, shall you get this one free of charge? You understand? I don't know how much you hate Bokuwari. I don't know what you suffered under Bokuwari. I don't know what you survived under Bokuwari. Hey, Baba, you will look back and thank and say, Buhari was better. You see, a situation that will make you look back and say, Ashe Buhari was better. Just imagine it. Imagine a situation that will make you sit down and be like, you remember how you were feeling in 2015 towards Goodluck Ebele Jonathan? Do you remember? No? Come on. Try. Remember. How were you feeling in 2015 when you wanted Jonathan to go? Change. Come on. How were you feeling? And then when he got chased away, how satisfied were you? Yes, we have gotten our country back. Change we wanted, change we voted for, the change we died for, the change that we come for. It didn't take long, you remember? Before all of you come they say, it be like say this Jonathan said better. This Jonathan better. Today, you are not even scratching your head to say it. You are confirming it. And Buhari is worse, Abi. The worst president in Nigeria. The worst. Omo. Iwo to ma joko to ma so pe Buhari better. Now, just imagine the world where you are going to sit down and say Buhari was better than Tinubu. Oloma jari o. Akoba adabani o. Alabamusa. We should hear the Bambi Allah people. We say Alabamusa. Alabamusa new. But it go happen. I'm not wishing it on you. In fact, people like us, to prove us wrong, everything we are projecting, they should be doing the opposite of them, so that to your own advantage, you go share you get. Or when I go sit down, you go look back, you go say, Buhari was better. Buhari better ke. You'll be wondering. Emma Shea, some of you go boya shine aloma koyin lo. Because they get this mass carrier. Remember when they first started the slave trade? A lot of the people who they took to the sea as the first slaves to be taken out of Africa. When they reached the Babish and they saw the massive ship in front, and they saw Jesus boldly written on it. They thought they were going to heaven or going to salvation. Now, willingly, they jump inside those buses. Those sheep. Now, when the first batch landed for where they take them, they say, where did you see all this one? I say, now one place, now dark continent, one place like that, Africa, they call them Africa. Lost wrong, divide. They are this wrong. We need to go back. They say, now willingly, they jump inside the ship. Look at them. Look at all the idiots. Because we told them, say, you see this Jesus ship is taking you to salvation. It's taking you to Keniko. Jesus ship, I'm not making it up, even if it sounds funny to you. And I'm also not mocking your religion. I'm talking about those who have used, nobody today, they use religion to deceive our people and lead them into slavery. Do you understand? So it started a while back. Oh, yeah. But in China, do you know the people called the Uyghur people? I think I pronounced it right. Uyghur people. I've been moting for demo. See, you realize I don't the two use demo. But you shall know the people where they talk about Uyghur people. Then they China. A lot of you may not know. Now China, they colonized them. They have concentration camp. That is at the outskirts of China. Now the Uyghur people, they are like prison, but concentration company. People are there. Now different people, they cut the clothes. Now different people, they sew the clothes. Now different people, they put the cotton, the button. Now another people, they what? They package them until they end up on the shelf of Mark and Spencer in the UK. Or what's that your popular store in America? Target, Abibo. Costco. No, is it Costco? We have Costco in the UK too. Yeah, Costco. So that's what the Nigerian minister is proposing. And this time around, they will start with children. Use them as for child labor. Even though she's lying, they don't have any plan. But about the sheep, they see Babish, Leko. If they pack the sheep for Babish, back in the days, the kind of sheep they used in carrying the slaves when they brought the Jesus sheep. Now, small sheep compared to all the ships they are building today. You remember when they said Titanic was the biggest ship in the world? Well, that was back then. They have built bigger and bigger, mightier, massive ship. Now, if China can't carry and call Lagos, now willingly, a lot of you will jump into it with what Nigeria will become. So if a minister is proposing it as part of your education, better listen. I'm serious.
I am pleading for us to look into more production of some of these things in our society, especially the necessities like the matchbox, the toothpick, the cutting board, the sanitary parts, and stuff like that. Let us introduce urban development in the schools. If we can think about using Fridays as free for our children to start producing things just like they do in China. In China, even young kids get involved in production. I was able to speak to the president of Traders Union Association, and they are ready to partner on this, where when they produce these things, they carry it and market it within our country. We will not only create jobs, we will not only stop the issue of giving handouts to our Nigerians when they're supposed to be eating fat. We will equally curtail the drug intake of our children, because they will be more occupied. They will school and they will equally do some productions to start earning money on time. We will not, this is not only that, it will equally curtail the insecurity in our society. Let us help ourselves. If we are hoping on government to do it all, it will never happen.
Olórí burúkú ni wọ́n aládẹ̀wò ẹ kórí burúkú ẹ bá Nàìjíríà jẹ ráìsì wọn ráìsì di 1 foreign rice tá a tún wá ń jẹ yìí ó sì òun rẹ̀ ń jẹun òun dájú táwọn à ń jẹ lọ kò ní jẹ yan ó palẹ̀. Ó dàbẹ̀ kórí.
wọ́n sọ tó gé kí ló tọ́lẹ̀ kan.
sọ pé wẹ́rẹ́. Olórí burúkú ni wọ́n aládẹ̀wò ẹ kórí burúkú ẹ bá Nàìjíríà jẹ ráìsì wọn ráìsì di 1 foreign rice tá a tún wá ń jẹ yìí ó sì òun rẹ̀ ń jẹun òun dájú táwọn à ń jẹ lọ kò ní jẹ yan ó palẹ̀. Ó dàbẹ̀ kórí.
wọ́n sọ tó gé kí ló tọ́lẹ̀ kan.
sọ pé wẹ́rẹ́.
So the children are responding. They are unfortunate people. Look at food. Expensive. Look at rice. Very expensive. And the rice that we are even eating here is different from the foreign rice these unfortunate people are eating. But look at it, we can't even afford it. Look at, well, God punish all of you. My labor camp, that one a captain for labor camp. If then grab her. Future plan, yeah. Do you see the plan they have for you for your future? For that of your children? Waiting your eyes see in the hand of the Nigeria criminals when you are growing up. You are a grown-up man. You don't born. You won't make your children eyes see them too? The choice is yours, so. I want to say thank you. I'm sorry I didn't take calls tonight. I wanted to, but I just felt like, why can't we just have the night to ourselves? Let's just chat generally, talk about their reactions, and then you enjoy yourself as well without having to get under the weather of the disappointing judiciary. Nigeria is there to disappoint all of us. Nigeria is there to break your hearts. Now, I was talking to somebody today, and I told this lady, I said, I don't know why people kind of get emotional for Nigeria. I don't. It's like they still have art for Nigeria, which I am not going to kind of frown at, because a lot of us still have our heart with Nigeria because of our own families and other loved ones that are also trapped in that place. And whatever side we belong to, sure you get now. So there is always going to be that attachment. But probably she was surprised when I told her that I don't have any heart to be broken for Nigeria anymore. Nothing breaks my heart about Nigeria anymore. Nothing surprises me about Nigeria anymore. Nothing disappoints me about Nigeria anymore. But that won't stop me from trying to help those who still have good hearts. Imagine all of you with good hearts, amazing people, trusting hearts. I mean, my problem is that are they too trust people? Problem indeed. Hey, you know, every time they just drop that, you know, I just feel like the moment he was talking, at first I didn't believe him. Do you understand, Mayegu? You know, I'm a very smart person. I didn't believe him. But the moment he started quoting the Bible and started talking like a man of God, I just felt that I should give him a chance. Holy Spirit said I should listen to him. And that is my weak point, Mayegu. I don't want to sing on my mumu button. So when they press are they too weak to respond or fight back? And that is why you need Mayegu to keep reminding you that if you know better, I mean, when you know better, the ideal thing is for you to do better. If you manage, you may never have a chance of ending this madness. And that is why keep your mind fed with the right information. Wait on your own time so that when that time knocks, you would always be ready. Save the mind. I think that should be my own project. It should be called Mayegun's platform, Saving the Mind, before everybody run mad. Because nothing happening in Nigeria right now is normal. And if you are trying to explain it, you feel run mad, though, don't try to. Just watch Mayegun, where you can mix everything together. You will still understand it, and you will still keep your sanity. I will see you some other time. So thank you for this evening. Like the broadcast, share it. The next time I come on, it's going to be us. All right? Thank you and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì òkúra olóṣèlú ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì ayé ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.